Hello and welcome to the Temple Nightly News. My name is Chloe and today our news team have several interesting stories to share with you. Let's begin with Lorenzo at our politics desk, who will tell us about a recent election. Lorenzo?
Thank you, Chloe. On November 2nd, the folks of New York City made history by proudly electing their new mayor, Eric Adams, in an election that will go down in history. On Election Day, the people of New York chose Eric Adams as their new mayor. This was a historic moment because he's only the second black mayor in New York's history. Adams, a 22-year veteran of the NYPD, also served 4 terms as New York Senator. New York's first black mayor was David Norman Dinkins. He served as mayor from 1990 to 1993, becoming the first African-American to hold office. New York Assemblywoman Inez Dickens said that Mayor David Dinkins knew how to fight without picking up a gun. His words were bullets, and we must learn from that today. Back to you, Chloe.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Now it's over to Happy at our science desk, who will share some positive news about the pandemic. Happy?
Thank you, Chloe. Researchers have recently discovered new antibodies helping to alleviate the symptoms of SARS-CoV-19 virus and its variants. These antibodies will be a new weapon against the pandemic. Scientists at Duke University and the University of North Carolina have found that the body is now producing antibodies which severely decrease the effects of the COVID-19 virus. The researchers have identified over 1,700 antibodies which the immune system produces to block viruses from affecting certain cells. With this, they have found over 50 antibodies that can help protect against not only SARS-CoV-1 but also SARS-CoV-2. Co-senior author Barton Haynes, MD, stated that this antibody has the potential to be a therapeutic for the current virus. Haynes and some colleagues at DVHI have isolated the antibody from a patient. Science professor at UNC Gillings School of Global Public Health tested the antibody in mice, wanting to see if it could block or minimize the infections. This antibody binds to the coronavirus at a location that is conserved across numerous mutations and variations, Haynes said. With further research, they had found that it was able to bind to multiple animal coronaviruses. When they tested the antibody on animals, they found that when used before contracting the virus, it protected them from developing the virus. When given the antibody after they had contracted the virus, the animals had decreased lung symptoms. David Martinez, a researcher in the Department of Epidemiology, reported that this antibody could be harnessed to prevent maybe SARS-CoV-3 or SARS-CoV-4. COVID-19 is not a new virus. Scientists have known about the SARS virus since the 1960s. It has been around for a while, but just now it affects things long-term. The problem is the virus is now evolving. In some places, the cases are going down, but for most areas, the cases are spiking. The COVID-19 virus is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Many people infected by this virus can be affected with mild to moderate symptoms. In the last 30 days, over 46 million people have been affected with the COVID-19 virus. Back to you, Chloe.
Thanks, Happy. Now we turn to the world of entertainment. Jesus brings us a story about tragedy on a movie set. Over to you, Jesus.
Thank you, Chloe. When filming his latest film, Alex Baldwin was given a loaded gun by his prop director, and in an accident he killed a crew member and injured another person. On October 21, on the set of his latest film, Rust, Alex Baldwin was given a gun from the prop director. He was told the gun was uploaded. So it was a big shocker for everybody when the gun fired a real bullet. This resulted in the death of a woman, Harlan Hashid, and Baldwin injured another man, Joe Sousa. This should never happen because their guns should have been checked at least 3 times before filming. This was very irresponsible of the prop director because they did not check the gun. One person is now dead, another is Baldwin injured. Back to you, Chloe.
Thank you, Jesus. Now for some news from our own community. Brenda has news for us about Temple's theater department. Tell us about it, Brenda.
Thank you, Chloe. The theater art students struck again with their breathtaking performances. They put on a performance featuring some of Edgar Allan Poe's most famous works. The Temple Theater Art students planned a 2-day run of evening shows based on Edgar Allan Poe's work. This performance was held in the gym from November 9th to 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. Students worked hard for this performance and did not disappoint. The show wasn't intended just for teachers and parents, but for friends as well. Students created a spooky mood by employing preset effects and using their voices to make this performance seem more lively. The performances included presentations of The Fall of the House of Usher, The Telltale Heart, The Raven, and The Black Cat. Lighting and multimedia effects and artwork made from Temple students were added to help create the full experience. This was the first show to happen ever since COVID shut down the school. Students, teachers, and parents were overjoyed to watch their first live theater performances. The experience wasn't the same, but was just as much fun. Because of COVID restrictions, only 50% of the seats were filled. Back to you, Chloe.
Thank you, Brenda. That concludes this edition of the Temple Nightly News. Until next time, stay strong, stay safe, and stay informed.